In this lecture, we are going to generate tests with Cursor. More specifically, we will cover the following. First, I'll provide you with a few important resources to make sure we get your Cursor set up if you haven't done so yet. Then we'll do a quick recap on the three-step pattern, and then we'll practically apply the three-step pattern by doing a live demo where we'll generate a jest suite for process order items. I'll show you how this code looks just now. Firstly, important resources. The most important resource there is the link to download Cursor. Once you've downloaded and installed Cursor, you are basically ready to go. But I've also included a Cursor quick start guide and a link to the Cursor documentation hub. Now for our three-step pattern recap. So the first step in our three-step pattern is context priming. Here we give the AI everything it needs before generating. Typically here we'll give it paths to the actual files that we want to generate tests for. And then inline generation is where we trigger the assistant to get a first draft test suite of the code that we want to test. The final step is to refine the chat. Here we iterate with follow-up prompts to improve the quality of our test suite. Now let's look at the demo function for which we'll generate tests. So here we have the process order items function that takes in two parameters, items and discount code, where items is an array of order item and discount code is of type discount code, but this is an optional parameter, so the default there is null. And then ultimately we return a process order object. Now let's go ahead and open up this function in Cursor. You can download the demo code from the resources section of this lecture if you haven't done so before. When you've opened up the code in Cursor, go to section 3, lecture 11, start, source, orders, and then open up process order items. You'll see if you scroll down and go to line 44, you'll find process order items. Now let's quickly read the description and rules of this function. Now the purpose of this function is to process an array of order items, that is the items parameter, the first one there, and then applying an optional discount code. So if a discount code is passed through, we will apply the discount code, else if nothing is sent through, it will be null. And then the rules. The first rule, all item quantities must be greater or equal than 1, else throw the invalid quantity error. And there we have the code for that. The second rule, if a discount code is provided and expired, throw expired discount code error. Again, there is the piece of code for that. And then the third rule is if a discount code has a minimum order value, the subtotal before discount must meet it, else throw minimum order not met error. So there the minimum check is done. And then if a discount code has an applicable categories, it only applies to items in those category. And you'll see that we do the category match over there. And then you'll see that it says percentage discounts apply per qualifying item. For example, 10% off reduces the unit price by 10%. Fixed discounts are applied proportionally across qualifying items by their share of subtotal. Prices are rounded to 2 decimal places. If we go down, you'll see where we are basically calculating the discount amount, and then everywhere we are rounding to 2. Ultimately, returning our process order object and with these fields. Items, the items that were processed, the subtotal, the discount total, the total, and the discount code applied, if any. Okay, so now that we understand what the process order items does, let's go ahead and generate tests for it. But before we do that, we need to prime our context. So context priming is all about giving the agent what it needs. Typically explicit file names, and then Cursor reads them before generating anything. So we're not yet generating anything in step 1, we're just priming the context. This is an example of a good context priming prompt with our specific example. I need you to read section 3, lecture 11, start, source orders, process order items. So that's where our process order items function is in the process order items.ts file. And then the order item and discount code types in the orders.ts file. And then generate. But we'll get to this in step 2. In step 2, we are now going to create an empty process order items test file. And then we are going to hold down Control plus K or Command plus K if you're using Mac. And then we'll type the generation prompt. So this part is basically the context priming part that we just looked at now. But then this is the part where we instruct it to generate a complete jest test suite for process order items. And then here we need to tell it what it needs to do. It needs to cover the happy path, the edge cases including null and empty inputs, and all error conditions defined in the function. If we don't do this explicitly, it will probably just generate tests for the happy path. And here we tell it to use jest29 as our test framework, and then arrange, act, and assert as the pattern. Now let's go ahead and try it out in Cursor. Importantly, I've uploaded the slide deck to the resources section of this lecture, so you can go ahead and download that, because it's convenient to copy things like file names and the prompts instead of typing it out yourself. So I'm going to copy the process order items test file name, and then here in Cursor under start, under the lecture 11 directory, create a new folder and call it tests. Now importantly, it should be next to the source directory and not inside of it, but it should follow the same structure. So since process order items is in orders, we're also going to create an orders folder inside of tests. And then we can create our test file in there. Now that we have our empty test file, you can hold down Control and press K, and this will open up the inline generation dialog. Then let's copy our prompt and paste it in there. Now, to make sure that Cursor actually has the correct context, just take out the @ and type it again, and then we can pick it. Right, and then we can do the same for orders.ts. So let's do that. And for some reason, it doesn't want to pick it up. So what we can do is actually take that out, open up the types, and then just highlight everything, copy it, and then in there, discount order item and discount code types in, and then we paste it there. So orders.ts. And similarly, it will show the preview of the file there. Okay, and then you can hit send, and Cursor will start generating your test suite. Now, when it's done, it will ask you to add a follow-up, but for now, we're just going to click on keep. Right, and since we did this inline, go ahead and hold down Control and S, or just save the file. Now, fortunately, we have no compilation errors here, but if you do, you can always open up your Cursor agent chat and then ask it to fix errors. So now that it's been created, let's have a look at what it gave us. So we've got some helpers here. We are basically setting things up, and then here we've got the happy path, and then always arrange, act, assert, return correct results, result for single item with no discount, arranging, acting, where we invoking the actual function, and then here we are validating whether the results are actually what we expect. And then you've got all the different happy path scenarios, then the edge cases, always arrange, act, assert, then the error conditions. And as you can see, we also have MISC rounding checks. So what we can do now is open up our terminals. So you can hold down Control and backstroke. So it is this symbol. And then we can go ahead and change directory to our tests directory. So section 3, lecture 11, start tests. And then in here, we run npm test. If I maximize that, we can have a look. So you'll see that it actually failed on 2 of the tests. So there it says applies fixed discount only to the applicable categories. And then lastly, round discount and totals to 2 decimals. For the first one, it expected the value 10, but received 4. And then for the last one, rounding, it expected 10.24, but got 10.23. So what we can do now is open up our agent chat. If it is not open yet and you don't want to click there, you can use the shortcut, hold down Control and press L, or Command plus L in Mac OS. And then we can tell it, please fix the failing tests in process order items test. Importantly, do not change the code it is testing. Run the test suite again to see if all the tests are passing after fixing them. Okay. Now, this is also where we're going to do our prompt refinement in the agent chat window. 2 tests have wrong expectations, fixed discounts, use the full order subtotal for proportion, and 10.235 round to 10.23 in JS, updating those assertions. And then here it's rerunning the tests and all 12 tests are passing now. So let's try it ourselves. npm test. And now all 12 of our tests are passing, as you can see there. All right, so now you've successfully generated your first draft test suite. Now, the next step in the 3-step pattern is chat refinement. This is where we provide the agent with follow-up prompts to improve our test suite. Now, I've already looked through the code and I'll show you just now, but there's a missing scenario. So we never pass null for the expires at. So the discount code's expires at can be null, meaning it never expires, and the process order item has a branch for that. Add a test that passes a valid discount with expires at as null and assert the discount is applied normally. It should not throw the expired discount code error. So let's go ahead and copy this prompt. Now, before we ask the agent to change anything, let me just show you real quick. So here you'll see that I actually searched for expires at, and you'll see that we always set a date. So if we now provide the agent with this prompt, asking it to add a test that passes a valid discount with expires at as null and assert the discount is applied normally, and it should not throw the expired discount code error. So here's a valid discount code, and we're going to try it now with expires at as null. And we're going to ask the agent to add that test. Planning next moves. And it's already running the tests, including the new expires at null case. So if we go down, there we go. So this is our new scenario that we're testing. Applies discount when expires at is null. Never expires. Arrange act assert. So discount applied normally, no expiry, check failure. And all 13 tests pass. But let's try it ourselves. npm test. And there you can see that all 13 tests pass. And this time we have the applies discount when expires at is null, never expires. And that is our new test. So we can obviously continue refining the chat, giving the agent follow-up prompts to ultimately get the best test suite. So now you have practically applied the 3-step pattern to generate tests with Cursor. In the next lecture, we are going to make test workflows reusable with Cursor.